Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Valpo Football Weekly, presented by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. Brian Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo football program, Andy Waddle, as we look back at the non-conference portion of the season and get everybody ready for the start of conference play this week. And Coach, let's start there. Maybe as you look back at the four non-conference games, what are a few positives you learned about the team, and what are a few things you want to improve on that you learned about during non-conference play?
Yeah, I mean, getting the opportunity to go out and start 1-0, I think is great for our program and great for the energy of the guys. I thought that offensively we did some good things against Western Illinois. Defensively, I thought despite the score, I actually think we did some really good things against North Dakota. We have to balance those together, right? I think we did some good things against Adrian on special teams, but and defensively, but we have to balance those together and be able to put all three phases together, on a consistent basis. And so we're still working through that. We're trying to, just get fundamentally better each week, and one of our top goal is to be 1-0, and then the next goal is to improve, and we want to continue to improve as the season progresses. And I think that we've shown glimpses of that, but we still have a long way to go to be able to reach our potential.
During the last two games, they're against obviously scholarship FCS opponents, one of them a top 25 opponent. How do you view games like that? And how do you, as you look at the film from those games, how do you put it in perspective and use those games as helpful tools to get you better for league play?
I mean, I think inevitably we always have to kind of internally worry about ourselves and like realize that there's nothing that we can do that's going to, you know, affect what they're doing in North Dakota or what they're doing at Western Illinois or whatever. But so we have to worry about ourselves and try to put our best foot forward and prepare against what they're giving you and but worry about the execution and I think that we had moments where we really thrived in that, and we had moments where I think that we beat ourselves. And it doesn't matter if you're playing North Dakota or you're playing the Chicago Bears or you're playing the local high school team. You have to be able to take care of the things that are inside of your control and try to maximize those things. And I think that we've gotten better at that, but we still have a ways to go about just kind of continuing the process that it takes to go and play at the highest level that we're capable of playing at.
Let's talk through the bye week. How did you balance practice time and the need to get better with also the need to rest up and get ready for PFL play from a health standpoint? And what are some things you focused on over the course of this past week?
Yeah, I mean, like we focused on some fundamentally basic things, right? Continuing to, get our offensive game, our offensive structure in and get our defensive structure in. Being year one, some of that stuff is still kind of coming together. We focused in on some special teams. Obviously we had some concerning areas this past weekend, and so we really focused in on trying to get better there. Um, and then we took the weekend off, so the guys got a chance to rest up and enjoy some time maybe away from campus, but certainly enjoy watching some games and on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll get back at it today.
Pioneer Football League, as we start to shift our focus toward league play, had a banner season in the non-conference portion of the year. 8 wins against FCS competition. That was the league's most since 2009. Presbyterian's been ranked, and they've certainly had a very strong start to their season among other teams. What do you make of the strength of the PFL as we get set for conference play?
Yeah, I mean, I think the PFL is a great league, and I think that there's a number of teams that have performed at a really high level, and the schedule changes year to year, and so this year we get to add Presbyterian, who's now in the top 25, and we get to add San Diego, who was a preseason number one ranked team in the conference and a really good program, and so that'll add some challenges, but we're excited for the opportunity to get to play in this conference and play against the quality opponents and see how we stack up. And we think that we're gonna do some good things in the Pioneer play.
And speaking of tough tests, you start the league play on the road against the defending champions, a team that was in the FCS playoffs a year ago in Drake. What can you tell us about this year's edition of the Bulldogs?
Drake is big and they're physical, and I think they give you some complicated things with what they do offensively, defensively. I mean, they're really um, sound, not complicated, but really sound and physical and well coached and run to the ball. And so, I think that obviously it's going to be a great task for us, a great opportunity for us, a great challenge for us. And but we're excited to go up to Drake and put together a great performance and worry about the things that are inside of our control and make sure that we're getting better at those.
There is the head coach of the Valpo football program, Andy Waddle. If you can't make it out to Des Moines, the game will be on ESPN Plus at noon on Saturday. We'll talk to you again next week on Valpo Football Weekly, presented by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.
Go Valpo.